All right, welcome back to the channel, everybody, and welcome to episode 11 of building an Imperial base. If you guys caught last week's update, we actually managed to get all this left side done with regard to the terrain, just building it up a bit and adding some water. Then we moved on to the base, and I worked on the exterior and the pedway here, and it was a decent amount of progress. But this week I really want to get this exterior of the base finished, and it's going to start with fixing this door because this plate doorway here is just not looking right. So definitely got to fix that, and then we'll get to building some of the pillars here and stuff. So let's get into it. So actually, before we get to building, I want to address some scaling issues that I'm finding to have with this ATST. Now, this model specifically is pretty tall, and it really just dwarfs the rest of the mock scaling wise, especially with the AT-AT. I mean, it should be about half the size if they were scaled properly, right? So I'm officially cutting that from the mock, and then that brings me to talk about the Imperial shuttle, which I recently picked up a TIE bomber, and I also have a TIE fighter, so I want to test those out and see what you guys think, just having them on the landing pad there. But first I need to build my TIE bomber. Okay, we built the TIE bomber. We also pulled out the TIE fighter, and we're just going to put them all on that landing pad and see what looks the best. Scale-wise, it still looks pretty big, but I do like the look of that model of the TIE bomber. Let's test out the TIE fighter now. Okay, and there's a look at the TIE fighter on that landing platform. I have to admit that I'm leaning towards using either the fighter or the bomber as opposed to using that Imperial shuttle, just because I felt like it's dwarfing everything else in the mock, just like the ATST was. So I don't know, let me know in the comments which of these two you guys would prefer, the bomber or the TIE fighter. Anyways, let's get to building that door finally. Okay, so I went ahead and fixed that doorway up and then moved on to making the pony wall and these support columns, which was a bit time consuming. I had to add all these different layers of plates, and it's not finished yet, obviously, but I was just going around. And then I just want to talk quickly about my plans for the rest of this video, because basically what I was going to do is plate this off and call it a day. But what I realized, it's going to be better if I just do the interior of the base, fully do that, add the lighting, and then plate the whole thing off all in at one time. So basically that's what we're going to do for the rest of the video, is get to that interior. All right, here's a look at the base with the roof on it, and we're going to be doing a lot more work on this roof just in the coming weeks. I just wanted to get a base layer plate down, but really what took the longest, and honestly what you guys just watched, was maybe 6 hours worth of time-lapse footage, and the interior of the base took so long. There's so much trial and error, but I'm really happy with the way it looks. So without further ado, let's take a look at it with the lights off. All right, so this is the speeder bay. We didn't do this week. This was actually probably a month or two ago we finished this, but as we go up through that door, you make it into the base. I mean, just look at that. That looks so cool. I love the way that looks. Just the red in the hallway here, and then the blue in the big room. Now, there's lots of storytelling going on, and it's going to change once we do the finale and stuff, but just take a look at that. We've got, you know, some Death Star troopers drinking a coffee, and you know, guys doing different work. And then of course we got Han, who's been captured there. And honestly, this room just looks phenomenal. The only thing is my battery pack is stuck in this wall, and if those batteries die, I haven't planned for any way to take them out, so I'll be really screwed. So I'm not going to keep these lights on very long. I just when I'm filming, you know, for for little segments. But anyways, that is a look at the interior of the base. It looks great. I hope you guys like it. And yeah, that's pretty much gonna wrap up this week's episode. Right, and as we get near the end of this mock project, I just want to sort of lay down my plan for you guys if you're following along. So basically what I want to do is next week complete all the foliage and terrain work, which will be very time consuming. It's pretty much exactly half of the mock we'd have to just totally cover in foliage and everything, which I'm excited for. It always really brings a mock to life, adding all those pieces in, so that'll be great. And then the following week after that, we're going to be finishing up the base. I'm going to add a sort of turbo laser or a cannon of some sort to the top of the base, and then we're just going to cover up all those studs with tiles and stuff to really finish it up nicely. And then that'll lead to the finale, which I'm really excited about. And I'm going to do this one a bit differently than the last one. I'll talk more about that in the coming weeks. But overall, I'm really excited and happy with this week's progress. And, you know, I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.